Hey guys, sorry, something happened with my camera, so I'm going to pick up where I just left off on the stages of grief with bargaining, and we're going to just pick up and go forward from here. So the stage of bargaining, like I was saying, it doesn't usually happen after the death, but more so during the process of towards somebody's passing. For example, like if somebody is in the hospital bed, if a parent has their child in there, maybe they were in a car accident together, let's say, and the child sustained more injuries than the parent did, and you might hear the parent saying something like, or having thoughts of something like, I should be the one in that bed, or if the child can just make it, we will do things differently. I'll be a better parent. I'll take more interest in my child's activities. It's really where you want to bargain out, trading something that you're willing to do or that you will do differently in order to reverse what looks like is going to be the process and the results of the process. Depression is the next one, and depression, we're familiar with that word, but basically what happens here is you can't really deny that the situation has taken place. Anger, it's valid and we have it, but it's not really getting anywhere. It's not doing anything. It's not making any changes to what's happened. It's not changing anything that has already taken place. And then bargaining, we don't have the power to do anything to make this situation different. So then what happens is a lot of times we feel helpless, we feel hopeless, and then we feel no motivation, and we just don't even want to deal with the world, with other people, even with ourselves. So we fall into a state of depression. And that can look very different for different people. It could be something such as, staying in bed all the time, not wanting to get in the shower, not showing up for commitments, or calling and canceling all your commitments. Or it could look something like where you do maintain and look like you're functioning, but maybe your personality seems to be different, how you handle things, the ways that you would normally respond to people seem to have changed for the negative. So depression is that stage where we just don't feel like we have any power and nothing can be done. Why even go on? And then the final stage is acceptance, and that's the stage where it sort of sometimes just hits you in a thought or in a moment, but you have a thought where it goes something like, I gotta get a grip here. This has been a horrible experience. This has been devastating for me or for my family, but I've got other kids to tend to. I've got a job. I still have my spouse. I've got to start putting some pieces of my life back together here and figure something out. And that is usually an indication that, not that we're going to not experience the emotions or the feelings or the thoughts of some of the other stages, but that we are in a position where we are ready to begin to move forward. And a lot of times that's when we know that our grieving has actually been healing for us. So again, these are the 5 stages, and I'm a firm believer that they don't necessarily happen in order. Some people don't even go into some of the stages. They might get stuck right away in one stage and then move a little bit later into another stage. The goal, of course, is to move towards acceptance, but that timeline is going to be very different for each person given the nature of their personality, their coping skills, the circumstances at hand, the support level, everything like that. But I definitely think that the grief process is so important to be informed about and to embrace. The way I look at it, especially when I'm talking with kids, but even with adults too, is if we were to break a bone in our leg or in our arm, we would need a cast on that area in order for those bones or that bone to heal properly. We could probably just go without a cast, but we'd be in excruciating amounts of pain for extended lengths of time, and we probably would never heal properly, if at all. In my view, the grief process, the process of grieving, is the cast around our broken heart. When our heart is broken based on loss or trauma or anything that we've experienced that we wished had not happened, Our heart needs healing, and the grief process, the stages of grief, are sort of the cast for our heart to allow that healing to happen. I hope this information has been helpful for you. If you or anyone you know is struggling right now or is in the process of grief, these stages can just be very informational in the sense of helping you not to feel like there's something wrong with you or that you're going crazy because now all of a sudden you can't cope or function like you used to. All of that is normal. So we just want to be aware and seek support and really kind of allow the healing time to take place. Thanks so much for joining me today. Amy Head, New Perspectives for Life in Marietta, Georgia. I hope you have a great afternoon and a great start to the weekend, and I'll look forward to sharing time with you next time. Thanks so much.